There's a potential of that, but it's once again seeing that Ornn and Fiora play through once again, unless we see the Ornn go down into support lane for APHRO.
That could be a
there it is.
Yeah, there's that Kai'Sa pick that we said was gonna happen, and APHRO should have expected. Maybe I don't know what they are thinking. Maybe they think they can handle Kai'Sa now. But we also saw a Pyke being hovered on Puddi side, and like we saw with the last matches from the previous teams, Molivers versus Superiority, Kai'Sa and Pyke, that's not something you want to see in that bot lane. You don't want to see a Kai'Sa and a Pyke in that bot lane. So what are you gonna do? What do you say?
Unless you want complete devastation and you want to throw the next game of the match. You'll only want that one to come through if you're really feeling a bit sadistic about yourself. But we got the Vi come through in the Varus, so we got the Chains of Corruption. We got Vi with her ultimate as well, so single target lockdown, travel across terrain as well, which is a great thing, as well as the Ornn. So I feel like there's a little bit more of a synergy here for APHRO's champion so far. The Vi is always going to be in the jungle, so that's not really a second flex pick for them. So we know that their jungle has been locked down. However, we don't know what Puddi's jungle is going to be. The Varus is more likely going to be down in that bot lane unless we get him in the mid lane against the Kai'Sa.
Yeah, we're seeing basically... well, no, we are seeing the same team from APHRO. The only difference is they switched out a farming jungle for another farming jungle in Vi. Vi never wants to gank unless it's an assured kill. She's going to do the same thing that Kha'Zix does in the sense of, I'm going to farm constantly. I guess they didn't learn their lesson. Maybe they have to get beat again to learn their lesson or something. I'm not too sure. Maybe they think they just didn't play it right. But I'm a little disappointed in seeing the same picks because, I mean, they lost Turret in 3 minutes. That's not something you want to see. And we're going to see the bans. We're seeing a Rakan and a Gragas ban on the side of Puddi. I did not think the Gragas was a problem for Puddi at all. He went 1-5. They built, I believe it was the healing item that just heals their health right back up to full, but they were getting all in and the item wasn't even working and being used to its full potential. And now we see on the other side, APHRO is banning Kha'Zix. Interesting. They're banning their own pick and Aatrox. Aatrox is a menace. I understand the Aatrox picks. I'm guessing they know Puddi has not picked their jungle yet, so they're trying to situationally pick and ban for that specifically.
Definitely. To be fair, I mean, the way that it's working with the Vi and the Varus, if they can manage to get the way around the Kai'Sa, then I feel like the Vi, the Ornn, and the Varus can really help that. But now they have the likes of the Akali, so they've not only got the Kai'Sa to contest with, seeing her float around and do mass amounts of damage. You've got Akali, and you've also got the Fiora once again. So it's kind of setting up you're trying to set up a team that's able to actually funnel the enemy teams into 2 fights, like with the Braum with his knock-up. So the Glacial Fissure is definitely one of those things that could be used. Also with his passive concussive blows for some more CC, because we've got plenty of CC so far on the side of APHRO Esports, but Braum just brings a little bit more flavor, and it's topped off with the lightning cherry on top, Zeri.
So are we gonna see that Varus mid then instead of
more
ADC?
More than likely.
Okay. Very, very interesting. And we might be seeing, we're probably seeing that Kai'Sa mid yet again as well. Varus with the mid pick, he's decided to say, okay, I'm going to poke this Kai'Sa out of this game, basically. I need to shut him down from across the map. We're going to see that Ashe. It's going to be an Ashe ADC with Alistar.
I think it's going to be Fiora in the jungle, it seems.
In the jungle. I have not seen Fiora be a jungler in a very, very long time, so I'm very interested to see how that works. She's definitely also a farming jungler. I would say, you know, she has the gank potential, but Vi, I think it's better. Her ult just lets her hop onto any champion she wants, do a little shimmy, and then hop right out when she wants to. But yeah, I like the team fight potential that APHRO has with their team fights, but they have to survive the laning phase, and that is the problem that they had the previous game is that they did not. So I don't know.
Yeah, depending on how the build is Vi. I mean, Vi has a great sort of early game gank potential as well, especially as soon as you start building. Well, get into your ult. You've got your first ability to not only just get in there, you've got your ult to sort of single out and try and stop the enemy getting back under the turret. But the same could be said for the Fiora. Fiora can dash over the wall. She can parry the likes of the Vi's ultimate. Same with Ornn as well. So any knock-up that's potentially going to try and single out the Fiora is more than likely going to be met by a fantastic parry, as we saw in the last match. As well, but then you've also got the likes of the Ashe ult coming across the map. We've seen this quite sometimes, that it's a great way to single out, if not to try and stop a massive engage from your enemy team by singling out a massive engager on the enemy team, but also you potentially targeting the likes of the Varus or the Zeri, and then seeing the Fiora dive over the wall, take the kill. But like you say, it's all about making sure that Puddi once again don't dominate that laning phase.
Yeah, definitely. And what we saw in the last game and what we saw in the previous match was the winners, and you can notice it, and we'll probably see it in this game. The winners jungles, when they gank, they don't care about that top lane. They never ganked the top lane. The only team that would gank the top lane was the losing team, and it was always unsuccessful. You want someone in the top lane that can get out of any gank unharmed, or at least alive. They can be harmed, but as long as they're alive, so you don't have to focus on that. You can focus on the gank in the mid. You can focus on the gank in the bot lane, because once your ADC is online, you can go wherever you want after that. And that's exactly what they're probably going to be focusing on in this game as well. We have the Ornn. He sits in his lane and he survives, and we have the Akali, who can sit in a smoke for 20 seconds, heal up, and then dash out whenever she wants. So it's going to be... I hope I don't see any ganks top lane, honestly, unless it's an assured gank. Maybe Vi can come in, but, you know, Ornn's got a little good combo against Akali even when she's in her smoke. He can still hit her and charm her and stun her and deal damage. So, you know, anything's possible when you're a big guy who has can build items whenever he wants, you know?
He's got his own little shop. He's got he's like that kid at school in the UK. We call it a tuck shop. He gets his own snacks out of his bag, and he just literally makes bank. That is basically Ornn in Wild Rift. But to be fair, down in the bot lane, we see that the Braum is taking a lot of damage. Yeah. Seeing Ashe use that vision to make sure there's no ganks in the mid lane, because they're not quite aware that the Vi is down in the bot lane with them. I think that's another great thing of Ashe's kit, is seeing that she can use that third ability to use some vision to find out where the enemy jungler is before they try and go a bit too hard on the duo lane.
Yeah, and I said that there was going to be a Varus mid, but it's actually Varus ADC and Zeri mid, so... You know, that's also pretty good. Zeri has one of the highest ranges for any ADC in the game, and she can auto-attack at will without having to focus onto a specific person. So, you know, she can outrange a Kai'Sa just as much as Varus can. So
definitely.
We'll see.
Definitely. Yeah. So the Braum actually going up into the top lane, but then recalling back down into, going back into his vanilla position down in the bot lane, and now going to help Mr. Varus. But yeah, not a lot going on in this early game. We haven't seen a first blood. It's a very slow 3 minutes, he says. Oh,
there it is. First blood taken onto this Vi. Look at this damage. She's hitting in the back, but I think Vi is going to go down. There's not much you can do. Oh, Fiora with a nice W. She's healing into the ultimate. Is it enough? Oh, Ornn is here to save the day. Like a superhero coming from the sky. Raining down with, I think it's a bull, I think it's a train. No, it's a giant ox, and he kills that Fiora. They get the trade 2 for 1. That's a nice little combo. Zeri getting 2 assists, but Kai'Sa's still just right behind her, so it's still close.
Yeah, I feel like Marley overestimated the Ornn ult to go a little bit towards the Zeri rather than towards the Fiora. Dashed into the ult and got killed, unfortunately. Yep. A little bit of a misplay, but these things happen from time to time. But it's a great thing for APHRO. They're not quite ahead with the gold, only a few hundred behind. but they are ahead with the kills, and they're definitely a healthier position than where they were in the previous match pre-3 minutes as well. So that's always going to be a great thing. Alistair Lamont almost getting killed. Ramita here also receiving a lot of damage onto
dodging the Varus arrow too. Okay, we see the Kaiser. She flashed over the wall. She's looking for the W. She misses. Oh no! She was looking and she didn't grab anything. Vi is ready. Vi is ready. Zeri's ready. But I don't think they're gonna be able to do anything too much.
Onto the Vi, going in onto Lamont.
Alistar has
another kill.
Yep.
Another kill for APHRO. So they are kind of semi-throwing this game for now. I don't feel like it's completely out of their reach to come back with this one. They're kind of testing the waters with this comp, it seems. But a nice little invade there from the Vi. The Braum going onto the Vi as well with his third ability is always a great thing with the reduction in, I think it's additional resistance, I believe it is. And then allowing her to go into the team fight means that she's going to be a bit tougher onto the Braum, onto the Ashe as well. But we're seeing the jungle objectives up in 4 seconds. Is it going to be a 50-50 split like last match, or are we going to see a complete dominance from one team or the other?
Ornn doing a lot of damage to this Akali, not wanting her to recall, wanting her to stay so that she can't help with these objectives. We're looking at APHRO. They're on Rift Herald right now. They don't want Ice Dragon. They want this team gold instead. They have been playing very well in the ganks potential. They've been communicating very well, but the gold lead is not high. Puddi just being able to farm through it all, even though they have a 2-kill difference, they are right behind them, neck and neck. And now we're seeing this Fiora single-handedly fight this dragon, not even needing any help. You know, there's nothing to be done. They trade objectives. Look at this. Ooh, nice little stun by this Vi to make sure she doesn't hit the Zeri. Zeri's low. Vi is low. There's not much that can be done. She went back in to her death. There's no damage that she can do to this Alistar. It's too much to tank. And oh my god, he's gonna try to... He kills her under her own tower as a cow. And look at Ornn trading objectives. Okay, under each person's tower, the tanks have killed the ADCs, but it's looking like Braum's by himself, and he's gonna go down.
Watch out, Ornn. Watch out, Ornn. Ashe cancels the recall and gets the Ornn as well.
Oh my god. Ornn dying in the wrong place. Yep.
Rookie error there by Ornn.
Lazy recall. But oh well.
Literally. Premature recall. He was ramming himself into the recall animation and then gets caught out by another Freljord champion. But we're seeing a bit of an engage here from Reaper getting caught, again, knocked back by Alistair. That was a nice play. And then Gume.
All that they had, everything that APHRO had is slowly being pushed away. The kill lead is gone. The gold lead is gone. I don't think I've seen the Rift Herald being placed yet. And Vi's coming back in 10 seconds. And Armor's going away in 20, basically. She needs to hustle and bustle and move that booty to a turret as soon as she can. Otherwise, the Rift Herald is just not going to be worth what she paid for. They paid for it in their lives, and it's not going to be enough. I don't think she's going to make it. At least
they managed to get that 50-50 split once again. They do put it down in the mid lane. I think that's probably a good call. It may not finish off the turret here. Yeah, it'll do a lot of damage, get a lot of gold plating, but it's not going to take down that turret, which would be ultimately the goal for them, or at least putting them in a little bit more of an easier contested place for that gold lead, because they managed to get like 3 of the gold platings on that mid lane turret as well. But yeah, really nice interesting fight.
Into the Ashe, into a Kaiser ult. He flashes out. He's gonna be able to escape. Ornn, yeah, we're not gonna talk about the ult there. Yeah. We're not going to talk about the ult, but it's enough to keep his team alive. Varus is in the back line, low health. There's not much you can do. And we're looking at this gank in top lane. Zeri running for her life, but her dash just not putting her far away enough from the enemies. And she's going to go down, and I think they're going to take this tower. Armor plates are gone, and so is that turret. It does go down. Braum, oh my god, you just jumped right into everyone. They're focusing this Alistar. They should stop focusing Alistar and focus on the backline that's dealing a lot of damage. Fiora hops over the wall, just like you said. It's not going to be enough. Varus goes down. He's stuck in a rock in a hard spot. Braum goes down. There's no damage to be done on APHRO's side. Nothing you can do. Oh my goodness. Vi does get it, but she's gonna die. She died for red buff, and yeah,
Marley just was not happy with that. Marley was just like, no, you know what? I want a little bit more. I want some more gold. I want a little bit more abuse onto the team, and I also want their red buff. But that is a complete, massive net positive interaction for Puddi there. Not only did they get the first 3 turrets in both lanes, but they in all 3 lanes, sorry, but they also get the second tier turret in the Baron lane. Once again, that Baron lane is a priority for Puddi, it seems. They like to take out that massive side lane, not quite doing as much damage into the mid lane, but again, collecting the dragons. They are doing what they do best in these lanes. They're getting those ganks, and they're ahead by 7 kills. It's just typical Puddi. I think we're going to see pretty much the same of the first match going into this last match, because it just seems to be a massive tempo. They seem to just get their way with the match, and they know what they're doing. Even with a not so great pick in terms of soloing the dragons in the jungle with the Fiora, but they are keeping the enemy team off of that camp and allowing the Fiora to just do what she needs to do. We're seeing a bit of an engage here. Whistle,
see what they go for in the back lines. Alistar out of nowhere, stunning both Varus and Vi, and it's gonna be enough to take them both down. Nothing to do, nothing to see. Get the funeral ready. Oh my goodness! Another one goes down. Another one goes down, and there's a quick ace in their own base beneath 2 standing turrets. I mean, there's nothing much you can do. Inferno Dragon's up. They're going for the inhib. They're probably gonna recall, I guess. Okay, yeah. You don't need Dragon.
Yeah, the ace of base. They sung a song about they saw a sign, and it's Puddi looking to take another victory from APHRO. They are singing all the way to the Infernal Dragon. We see the Fiora already making her way downtown, walking past, faces past, and she's homebound.
Yeah, there it is. They're going for the dragon, and the rest of the team is mid. We got Kai'Sa split pushing like Kai'Sa did the last game. She's not afraid. She's not afraid to be by herself, and that's not good, because that means she's an
strong, independent lady that needs no backup.
The stun did get landed on the Zeri. She was able to proc her dash over the wall, but I mean, what is she gonna do? She's gone! And another ult by the Braum to try to stun some players. They do get a kill onto this Fiora. Wait, they might turn around, but look at Kai'Sa's hopping right in with her TP. She comes in, Ashe comes in, gets another kill, and they turn it right back around. They lost 1, but then they take down 4 in the process. It's too much damage. Too much tankiness from one single Alistar cow. That's definitely a cow on steroids or something. That is not RBST approved. That cow is a menace to society, and yeah, they're taking advantage of that.
No one drink that steroid milk from that cow. He is literally a livid. He's rolling in the roids right now, especially with how much damage is taken. But that's what the Warmogs does. The Warmogs is a massive item onto the Alistar. And to be fair to Alistar, he doesn't have to build any magic resistance because the enemy team doesn't have any magic or AP champions. So building the Warmogs, building full armor, he's just going to be so tanky. And I think that's maybe where APHRO have gone wrong once again. Yes, they may be able to build a third AP item on either the Zeri or the Varus, but it's not going to be enough to take down this.
Look at this Alistar, 1v3.
Moo man.
He's mad cow disease running loose. An Ashe ult hits 2 people. Braum's trying to do what he can, but he's no Alistar. He's just a man with a big wooden door, and he's not going to be able to protect his teammates. Zeri goes down. Vi goes down. Ornn is running for his life. He goes down. Guys, just know that they all died. I don't have to say who died.
Quick summary. Team Ace, once again, at the base, minions in the mid-wave, down goes the Nexus. Simple as that.
No AP and 2 gluttonous boots on both the Varus and the Zeri, which is not what you need because you're dying. You have no sustain for the team fights. That's not what you should be going for. You should be going for either the poke or an insane amount of damage, and I don't see it in those builds.
Yep, no.
But,
just looking at that,
yeah,
it's just copy pasta from the last match. Yes, it wasn't as quick as what Puddi did in the first match, that pre-3 minutes, but they still managed to come out on top with 25 to 6 kills. But let's have a deeper dive into the crooks and crannies of the analysts, what they have to say.
All I have to say is it feels like it's so Jover, man. Like, you know, we talked about last game. I think Pierce was one of the. I think he said it. I don't know if he said it on broadcast. But he's been saying it constantly. They're like, hey, even if you do beat